lately? Oh, I don't know. All right, here we go. I got a new sweater.
Wow.
Another wine episode, yeah! Do you recognize that bottle? If you don't, that is one of the most successful winemaker in Germany making super cool Spätburgunder.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'll spill stuff from my new sweater. Let's unveil a story of this mysterious grey variety, which is called Spätburgunder. All right, so what is Spätburgunder? You guys, Spätburgunder is Pinot Noir. It's Pinot Noir. Or more specifically, this is a word that Germans or German speakers use for Pinot Noir. So check it out. In France, you can't find any Spätburgunders. You can only find Pinot Noir. And in Germany, you can actually find both. The reason for it, as far as I researched, is because some winemakers, they're actually, if they want to move their German Spätburgunders to the international market, they would use the Pinot Noir on their label rather than Spätburgunder, because not many people know what Spätburgunder is. And okay, you know what? Let's also face it, it's not easy to pronounce. So I've already actually made an episode about Pinot Noir, but I thought, you know what? For me personally, there is a difference in style. And I thought that today I'm going to give you reasons of why to look on the label specifically for Spätburgunder. How about that? Yeah. So we'll start with number 1. Now, Spätburgunder may be your gateway to the world of those complicated Burgundy Pinots. And Pinot Noir from Burgundy is considered to be, by all kinds of experts, the holy grail of wine, especially that Pinot that comes from Burgundy. They're so hard to understand, and sometimes I tell you, if you're just a beginner, this is probably one of the heaviest thing to begin with. It's really complicated. I remember when I just first started discovering or introducing myself to those Burgundy Pinot Noirs, I was not amused. I was like, what is this fuss all about? I mean, apparently they say that your palate is not ready or something, but everyone who begins their acquaintance with Pinot Noir from Burgundy, they all start with this, what is it? Why is it so sour? Like, is it gone bad? Sometimes it has such a funky, such a strange aroma, something really unpleasant. I'm talking like, you know, mushrooms or truffles, or just plain stink. Like, sometimes they describe Pinot Noir from Burgundy as, you know, the smell of your mother's closet or your grandmother's closet, or, you know, stinky socks or shit, like, where you're like, why would I want to like this in wine? And then also you look at the color and you're like, okay, is this a rosé? What is up with it? Is it fading away? Is it gone bad? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm completely in love with it now. Pinot Noir from Burgundy is one of my favorite things to ever have in front of me. I am a huge fan. But it did take time. So here you go. The reason number 1 is that Spätburgunder can serve as a gateway to those complex Burgundy Pinot Noir. What is the reason number 2, you may ask? They are extremely price friendly. You can find a bottle of German Spätburgunder. You can find it from a really good winemaker. I'm talking like really top notch. You can easily go for like between 10 and 50 euros. This price range is going to give you a solid Spätburgunder. You're going to be amazed. You're going to love it. In France, those Pinot Noir babes, they start with 30 euros from really nice producers, top producers, especially nowadays. A reason number 3 is because, well, you're going to support those little winemakers. Nobody knows what's a Spätburgunder. And trust me, like, the smaller the winery, the more they are excited for you to be talking about them. They really appreciate that. And I met some of these small producers, you know, firsthand, and they're just so sweet. They don't have this, like some winemakers in Burgundy or in Bordeaux, they're so difficult to talk to. And those smaller winemakers, they're super cool. They are very open, they're open-hearted, they're so authentic, they're so honest. So it's great to support them, right? And it's great to talk about them to your friends, to your wine lovers, and bringing a bottle of a Spätburgunder to a table or to a blind tasting, to a dinner, or just as a present is going to be something very unique. It's going to just be a great gesture of that you put a thought into choosing your wine. Now, I thought that I would include a list of some Spätburgunders where you can never go wrong, that will suit each palate, whether you are just a beginner in the world of wine or you're already, you know, kind of gaining some muscle in there. So, and reason number 4, it is absolutely delicious. Now, I have to admit that it has not always been like that. Spätburgunder in Germany has had its ups and downs, kind of like all of the wine in Germany, let's face it. But we are lucky now because we are witnessing the renaissance of Spätburgunder and generally all of the German wines, but Spätburgunder in particular, because Riesling has had a solid reputation for quite a while, and Spätburgunder is just kind of emerging or appearing in the arena. Now, what's the profile of the German Spätburgunder? Well, usually I kind of think of it as more seasoned Pinot Noir. So it's going to have more cooked, more jammy aromas, more marmalade aromas that are super easy to understand. So that fruity quality that we talk about in Spätburgunder, it's going to be much more pronounced, much more expressive, much more almost on this sweet, kind of like candied side, which is great, especially if you're taking your baby steps in the world of wine. So we've got a 2017 Spätburgunder from a winery which is called Friedrich Becker. A beautiful, I think it's a beautiful fox underneath the wine plant. So this is a screw cap, which is absolutely great. No need to be scared of a screw cap. It goes so easily. I love my screw cap wines. Whoo! Ladies and gentlemen, look at this beauty. The color is just... Oh, you've definitely got this kirsch quality, which is very often pleasant. You've got that red blackberry, that red currant, black currant, all kinds of fruitiness, but really ripe and sweet almost fruit, just ever so slightly sweet. Okay, Christmassy feeling, that gingerbread, that cinnamon, cloves, you know, almost those Christmas cookie vibe. This is something that I often get in a German Spätburgunder, which is great news because who doesn't love that? Wow, it's just juicy, it's lightweight, it's succulent, makes your mouth water. This acidity is just so vibrant and so friendly too. And again, super fruity, beautiful. Just the kind of wine that you open it, you sit back or kick back after an intense day, and you just want like a glass of wine, you know? You just want like a glass of wine, just think, you know what, I'm just gonna have a glass of red wine, and then you enjoy, and then you just, you know, take little sips. And then all of a sudden you notice that half of a bottle is gone. This is the effect of a good Spätburgunder after an evening. And again, not necessarily something bad, because usually those babies are quite low in alcohol. We're talking like 12% or something. What we have here, 13.5, which is still quite low. I mean, it's not like 15 or 15.5. I think that's it. I've had lots of fun as usual. So cheers, bing!